So that was our brood box. Remember, that's the thick one the mama lives in and has all the kids.
That's the downstairs.
That's the downstairs, correct. So Mel, let me get you to help me with this one. Okay, so we got to glue the ends. Put a little glue here, a little bit of glue here.
And over.
And we'll flip it over so I can get the other side. There we go. Alright, now we'll do this other side. Good for you. You're going to be a bee master soon. Okay, so we got one end. Let's do a side. Remember, the side we'll do has to be with that up, so it's going to be correct. So we know we're going to be doing this side over here. Our last beehive that we made, if you want to go online, there's a guy named Jeff Horchshoff, Horchoff, and he's the bee master, the main beekeeper at St. Joseph Abbey. I think he has 100,000 followers or something. Amazing man, does really beautiful work, always a happy guy. And we made the cathedral, called the Grand Cathedral, for the Abbey. And let's see, I'll put this one here. And actually on his last, I think we just need a little encouragement.
Yeah.
There we go. On his last video, because I think he has his own little YouTube station, he showed them putting bees inside the beehive, which is amazing. When you get, I found this out, which I found was very interesting. When you buy your bees to begin with, you know, it comes with a queen, and the queen comes the way that we got ours. It comes in like a little tube, and the little tube is probably about 6 or 8 inches long. And she's a big girl. She's much bigger than all the other ladies that live in the beehive. And you can spot her right away. Anyway, when she comes in this little tube, all the other bees, we have 50,000 bees that we got, which sounds like a lot. You know what that is, a lot. That came with her. And let's see if I can describe it. See how nice this is? Now I get these from Man, M-A-N-N Lake, and I found out of all the suppliers that I use, Man Lake are the cleanest ones. They go together real easy. You're not fooling around with them, especially if you're outside in a barn. And this one we have to admit is air conditioned out here, so we're not sweating. But the other barn, the other shop that I use, is not air conditioned. And if you're fussing and fighting with them, you don't enjoy them as much. Kind of like that first and second wife I know you, right? Not. Let's get these little guys together. Very little encouragement needed. Very little encouragement needed. So let's square it up, and we use the easy way. Slide into this little pre-made. What I do is I usually just take any little supplemental glue and just wipe it off.
So this is going to be the second story.
This is going to be the second story.
And when you take the honey, it's actually going to come from here.
Correct. And the honey is made, if you've seen bee colonies before, it's made in something called foundations. And a typical foundation is something that looks like this. So this
And that
hangs.
fits in this groove.
Yeah, that's what that little groove is for. So that will sit down inside this little groove.
Okay.
Now this foundation is made for the brood box, so it's much deeper. The foundations for the supers are going to be a little bit smaller. But again, they fit inside the box, and they fit on this little pre-made angle for you. So we have now put together a beehive. Pretty simple so far. I think what we'll do next week is to make the base, which is this part, and I'll show you how to make the roof. And the roof comes with, first of all, a lid, And then second of all will come with the actual roof itself. When you buy one with a kit, like at the corner store now, they'll come with this put together. They'll come with a base, like here, and they'll come with a lid. And the lid is basically a square piece,
Flat.
flat, with little side rims on them so it doesn't slide off. And it's usually tin covered. And the tin is just to keep away the moisture and make the beehive last a little bit longer.
Won't the tin make it hot?
It does make it hot.
No.
So when you go up to a beehive sometimes, you'll see, like the one that we have here, we'll see sometimes in the evening, there will be thousands of bees hanging right out here, going down. It looks like an old man's beard, and that's called bearding. And the reason why they do the bearding is because it's too hot inside here.
I'd be happy as a queen bee to live in that. It's a good solid box. Is that pine?
This is made out of pine, but you can get them made out of different types of wood. One of which you can get made out of cypress. And the cypress is indigenous down here.
Right.
There's plenty of them. It's a little bit more expensive, and I'm not sure if it really lasts any longer than these do. Once you paint them out and you secure them with a nice little roof, I think they last just as long.
And you can't this can't have any kind of preservative on it because the bees couldn't handle that.
Correct. So what you have to do is you have to paint them with a non-lead, basically just a water-based paint. I use white paint. If you drive down the road, sometimes like when you go, the St. Joseph Abbey has maybe over there, maybe 200 beehives. But altogether they have close to 1,000 beehives, from what I understand. And there are different people's property around here. Some people have 300, some people have 200. And when you go there, you'll see some that are red or blue or whatever color you want to. But the deeper the color, the more heat it absorbs.
Right.
The more heat it absorbs, the less they like to be in here making what you and I want, which is the honey.
Right. So you want them light.
And where do you get these kits? You can buy the kits. I live in Barker's Corner, which is North Covington, and we have Midpoint, which is our local hardware store. There's one in Folsom. That's a hardware store. You can buy the whole kit, and the kit comes with a lot of paraphernalia that you may or may not want, or you can order online. We get ours from Man, M-A-N-N Lake. There's something called Little Glory Apiary, and I've used their boxes, but their corners aren't cut as nice and surgically clean as this. So what happens is after you put this together, you and Sarah the sander have to get together, and you and her have got to just work to get everything nice and smooth, because when you paint them out, you really want the paint to flow rather than showing rough wood at the end.
Right. And you're not going to paint the inside at all, right?
You don't paint the inside.
Yeah.
Another great question. The inside is always left natural. The more natural the things are, the bees like it a little bit more. And it doesn't have that smell.
Right.
When you paint the outside, it has a smell, whether you and I can smell it or not, but a bee, remember, hey, he's got the nose of all time because he can smell honey from 5 miles away and knows where to go.
Yeah.
So we just gonna paint the outside. Okay. And I prefer using white, although I'll show you a model that we did that's made out of a Tuscan villa style, and it was 4 or 5 different colors that we got to the color that looked like the Tuscan villa. But white is nice. Always use something that is water-based and put it on in several layers. If you think I'm going to get by with things by putting on one really, really thick coat, it chips off.
Right.
So put on a coat. Goodness knows in this atmosphere that we live in, it'll dry in literally 15 minutes. You can put on another coat. And I usually put 3 to 4 coats of paint on all the boxes.
So that should last a while then.
That should last a while. It's a good protective agent.
Okay. All right, this was fun. I learned a lot.
Easy to do. Most of all, the queen's happy. If mom's happy, the home's happy.
And you get lots of honey.
And we get lots of honey, and that's the benefit of it.
And how much honey did you get when you, I won't say robbed your hive, what do you call it?
Stealing.
Stealing, when you
Yeah,
stole
so
it?
that is a little bit easier than robbing. That may be more a bit socially acceptable. Just steal it.
So you robbed the hive that you have out here by the lake just recently, and how much honey did you get?
We did. We got 90 pounds out of a box this big of wax and honey. The honey-wise, we got close to 60 half-pint jars, which is a lot. It is slap your mama good. And I have some every morning and every evening. That's why I'm as sweet as I am, right?
That's it.
Right?
That's it.
All right, ladies.
That's it.
Okay, we'll see you later. And next time we will be building the base and the roof. Thanks for joining us. This is Doc from Doc's Beehives.